Hey everybody, this is Sammy Mason from allthingsaero.com, and today I'm going to walk you guys through my first advanced unknown at the U.S. National Aerobatic Championships last week in Texas. We're going to start with wing wags into the box. The wing wags let the judges know that I'm going to start my sequence. As we're coming level, we're going to look at the altimeter and airspeed, make sure it's where we want it. We're going to go into our first figure, which is the 8-sided loop. The difficult thing about this figure is every line of the 8-sided loop has to be the same length. And to do that, since the airplane is accelerating and decelerating throughout the whole figure, the timing on each line is changing throughout the whole figure. So as you're accelerating, it needs to have shorter lines than when you were decelerating on the way up. Coming in figure 2, we're going to do 4 half rolls, followed by a 5/8 loop with a 2-point roll and the 45 down, and we're going to push out of that. There's 45 down, half roll, lots of negative G here on this push up, a half roll, half loop back up to inverted. And as we get into inverted, we're going to look up the top of the box and check our positioning. The whole plan I had for this unknown was coming up for this figure here, which is a 4/8 P-loop, 3/4 snap down, push out. I'd walk through this sequence about 100 times before I flew it, and every time I'd walk through it with a right hand snap roll. And as you can see here by my box positioning, I'm up against the right side of the box. So if I did a right hand snap and then push out, I'd end up outside the box and take a penalty for that. So I have a split second to decide whether I'm going to change my whole plan or stick with my plan and take the out. And I decided to stick with my plan, do a 3/4 snap to the right, push out, take the 20-point penalty for going out of the box, push up, half roll. We're going to end up inverted on the y-axis. Their back box is broken into the X and the Y, so the X runs parallel to the judges and the Y runs 90 degrees from the judges. So we're on the Y now, going away from the judges. We're going to take this figure right back to center box, which is where we want this sequence to be. So we're going to use this figure to reposition ourselves and set the whole rest of the sequence up. Here's the 1 1/4 turn inverted spin. And I got lucky with this one and I came out right on center box. Side of the spin is a P loop, the full snap on top. The challenging thing about that figure was you were inverted for so long and you have to do a 3/4 loop after being on your head for so long. It's really easy to gray out. So that was a difficult figure. Coming to this next figure is a half loop down. I put that right on the edge of the box, which is where I want it to be, to set up for this square loop with a 2-point roll on the top. This is another tricky figure where all the lines have to be equal lengths, which is very difficult flying the pits, which is very underpowered, so you can't draw a very long vertical line. So I ended up having a longer line across the top, which hurt me pretty bad with points. As we're coming into the lay down Humpty, it's 45 up, 4-point roll. Now we're gonna push to inverted 45 down. We're gonna do a 2 of 4, 1 and 2. That's my phone. Followed by a goldfish, which is 45 up, half roll. We're gonna loop back around to a 45 up. Out of the box here again. Now we're going to use this figure to get as much altitude as we possibly can. Flying the pits and unknown is all about conserving energy and altitude. So I gained about 1,000 feet on that figure, which is exactly what I wanted. Coming into a snap and a half. We're going to pull all the way back around to a 45 up. We're going to put a 2 of 4 on the way up. We're going to exit inverted. And the next figure is a big altitude loser. It's a pull vertical down quarter roll. So we're going to drive this line as high as we can. We're going to look at the altimeter here and see that we have more than enough altitude for this figure. So we're going to drive these lines a little bit longer than we planned. We're going to exit right at 1,000 feet, which is exactly where I want to be. Put a 2 of 8 on the vertical up. Push 45 down. Full inside snap roll. One of my favorite figures. Coming into the last figure, which is a 2 of 4 push half loop. A half roll, full roll opposite. And we're going to finish right where we want to be. Nice and low right up against the judges. Here's the wing wax to end the sequence. Hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough.